All right. With our team here in front of me, we also thought about the future. And if we're looking at the statistics, the touristical future might not look so bright. The arrival numbers are rising scaringly fast, which causes over-tourism. And with over-tourism, anti-tourism, people not being pleased with all those visitors in those towns anymore. On top of that, there's an overload of information already right now. And in our case, that information online is no longer reliable anymore. So tourism might not be pleasant for both tourists and locals, and tourists might be really a plague. It's not working. Okay. But we are thinking, are these high numbers the real problem? And our question is no. It's not the amount of people, it's the lack of connection. There is a gap. There's a gap between... there's a gap between the locals and the tourists. They live in different worlds, they have different needs, and there are misunderstandings. But aside of that, there's also a gap between tourists and other tourists. They don't know each other, but maybe they have the same needs. And in the end... So the tourists and the tourists. But in the end, they all are looking for the same. They're all looking for a connection, a meaningful interaction that will cause them to have a great memory of this stay. But however, this is not easy. There is a barrier, an invisible obstacle, because we are scared. We are scared to go to the unknown, the other person that we don't know. We wouldn't be here if we didn't thought of the solution for this problem. By using data, both touristical data and personal data, and the new technology, our interface will break the ice. The icebreaker is born. Imagine yourself. You're in a central station filled with people, and with an added layer we have through our new technology of augmented reality, you see the needs and the desires from the people that have the same interests and the same qualities of you. Those people you match with personally. And the icebreaker will provide you with an icebreaker to interact with that person. You can help that person, and the interaction has started. But do you want... Oh, here it is. Okay, this was the picture. But how about you want some more adventure? You want to break out of your comfort zone. Also, that is something that our icebreaker can offer you. This icebreaker will know your adventure level and will set you up with another person that you match with to go to a touristical destination. And on that destination, with that person you just met, matching yourself, our icebreaker will present to you a funny, a crazy, but especially a meaningful interaction and experience you can have with this person. And as demonstrated, these interactions can be different depending on your interest, your willingness and time to invest, and your adventure level you put out there. The matches are based on artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, so we will know that you will meet that right person that will spark a conversation that will be meaningful because you share those interests and you have the same desires. The interface we will use for this depends on the time it's developed. Right now this could be an app, but think in the future, in 2050, that can be in any kind of wearable or augmented reality as well. The advantages we see in this project is that it facilitates the unexpected by facilitating some crazy experience you can have with somebody you don't know and you would not dare to approach. With this increased interaction, you will have a meaningful experience, And with these experiences and interactions, the frustrations of locals and tourists towards each other can diminish. The anti-tourism feelings may disappear by this as well. The information stream will be frictionless because you will just see it popping up. It will be very easy to approach the other person and go into conversation. And yeah, that human connection is just easily enabled by technology. The role for the art cities and for Visit Flanders will be to collect this data and provide this data for making this possible. In return, the tourism, like the destination management organizations, will get an insight of the tourism behavior of everybody, and with this insight, they will be able to improve the overall quality of tourism experiences. And with that, we would like to finish this evening off with a beautiful quote. Repeat to me, people, we're supposed to, when the time is just right, well, we'll be facilitating that for you. Thank you very much.
So, thank you for the great idea. You had me with your first sentence when you referenced to statistics, so the numbers are there. But I just don't see yet how the Icebreaker methodology will help to reduce locals being annoyed by tourists. Okay, I like helping people. When 20 persons in a row were asking me to find a toilet, I might get annoyed.
Yeah, we definitely understand that concern, and we thought about that as well. But the thing is, with this artificial intelligence and that big data, you will be able, like the technology will be able to measure whether or not you're interested in interacting right now. So you can see at which level you want to interact. If you're okay with just helping a person reaching the toilet, then that one will pop up. If you have time and interest in having a deeper conversation or a crazy adventure, that will pop up as well. And it's also not just between tourists and locals. This can also be facilitated between tourists and other tourists. So in that way, we know that like the locals, they don't always have time, of course. They have their work, they have other things to do, although we think maybe we will work less because technology has taken over. So we might have more time to do this. But by including the tourists, we do believe that there will be enough people to help each other out. And yeah, big data will know whether or not you know this information, and yeah.
I was wondering how the Icebreaker, the connection between the local and the tourist, will actually provide a solution for the tourism plague with which you started.
Well, yeah, we started with the tourism plague, but then we also said, like, maybe it's not the number, it's but the lack of connection. Because, of course, there's, like, over-tourism, we say about the capacity, the carrying capacity of a city, but it's a flexible term. We can adapt cities to have more visitors as well. If we do it in a smart way and we manage it right, we do think we can manage those numbers. But it's about the feelings that people have, and with inspiring the locals and having them involved in the experience by providing those interactions. It decreases loneliness and a meaningfulness to their city. If we make the locals' pride, that's the problem we are trying to solve here. That friction between the anti-tourism feelings that is rising in over-touristical destinations.